Hello, Internet. I'm Joey from Joester Studios. I watch a lot of movie-related YouTube videos, so naturally, I find a lot of top 10 videos about movies from channels like Screen Rant and IGN in my recommended. Most of the time, I try to ignore these kinds of videos because I don't like giving these channels views. But sometimes my eagerness to just make sure that this is genuinely something people actually believe gets the better of me. I'm pretty sure that's how these kinds of videos get all of their views, because they're not well produced. Anyway, this crusade pushed me into the rabbit hole of my recommended being filled with a landslide of garbage, so now I have to wade through all this crap to get to the videos I actually want to watch. A couple days ago, I was watching JXE when I saw this in my recommended 10 DC villains still lurking around the DCEU by CBR. This was actually something that I am kind of interested in, so I made the grave mistake of clicking it. It took me to the laziest excuse of video writing I have ever seen. However, in order to really prove why I consider this to exemplify the laziness of these top 10 videos about movies, I will make a response to it. So let's get into that.
The DCEU has often found itself on the back burner, buried in the shadow of Marvel's cinematic universe. With some of its recent releases, though, it looks like that's all set to change. Let's not forget that some of the best comic book villains come from DC. Did you think they were gone for good? Think again, mere mortals. These guys are lurking in the background, ready to creep up on you and cause disaster. Kinda like when your rent is due, but, more entertaining and with less financial ruin. Are you ready? Well, let's dive right in then.
My ears hurt. Why is the mixing so loud? I've been forced to subject myself to this way too many times for this video. So can you at least not make it so that I'm in literal pain while watching it? For the sake of those watching at home, I will turn down the audio of the original video so that headphone users don't die.
Here's the man with the painted smile. The one with the maniacal laugh and the odd sense of humor. It's the Joker. Sure, we all know that Joaquin Phoenix's version of the Joker is the hot topic of the moment, but let's forget about him for a second. We want to focus on Jared Leto's portrayal of the rogue madman in Suicide Squad. For quite some time after the release of the 2016 movie, fans were waiting to see a standalone venture, but it has yet to materialize. However, there's still a strong market for it. Leto is an incredible character actor, and his Joker was one for modern audiences, complete with gold teeth, face tattoos, and a pimp-like demeanor. In a feature that was largely criticized, Leto was its one saving grace. We just didn't see enough of him. While Phoenix may have taken over the mantle for the 2019 Origin movie, it doesn't mean that Leto's days are up. He's still out there somewhere, living it up in Gotham like a hipster criminal he is. It's unlikely, given the sheer popularity of the character, that we won't see him creep up in the DCEU again. As long as there's a Batman, there will always be a Joker.
So if you're anything like me, you saw that and went, I'm sorry, what? Is this entire list just going to be villains who happen to not be dead? If that's the case, then what is the point of this video? To remind people that some of the DCEU villains are not dead? To which I would say, yeah, that's the majority of this video. Let me just give you a quick rundown of everyone on the list. Number 10, the Joker. Number 9, Black Manta. Number 8, Lex Luthor. Number 7, Deathstroke. Number 6, Feora. Number 5, Orm. Number 4, Dr. Savannah. Seriously, it would have been a better call to put Mr. Milo on here. Number 3, Black Adam. Number 2, Darkseid. And finally, number 1, eliminated for shock factor later. So yeah, this list is just full of characters who happen to not be dead, which is fine. It just doesn't offer anything to any kind of meaningful discussion or get any new information out there. It would have been better if the list had characters that were never explicitly stated that they were in the universe, but their existence was hinted at by canon events. Like Darkseid, for example, or Black Adam. I actually approve of putting them on the list, because while it was never explicitly mentioned that they were in this universe, stuff said by characters like the Wizard or Steppenwolf does kind of confirm that they do. You might be wondering, well, if all the other characters don't appear on the list, then how would they get the video to 10 minutes? Well, there are other characters that do fit under the umbrella that I mentioned, like Reverse Flash, for example, who has to exist in this universe because Nora Allen is dead and Henry is in prison. There's also the Penguin, who is referenced by Alfred in Justice League.
One misses the days when one's biggest concerns were exploding wind-up penguins.
See, it's really not that hard. So yeah, most of the characters on the list just exist because the people writing it didn't care enough to do any actual research and just put characters that just happen to not die. However, the true stupid is when that's not even the case. Take a look at who number 1 was.
Lex Luthor has a lot to answer for. If you're gonna be evil, you may as well go whole hog and create a weird hybrid from the deceased General Zod to try to beat the Man of Steel. This new entity, aka Doomsday, required the collective might of Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman to defeat him. That's really saying something. Ultimately, it was Superman who put him down for good, but Clark lost his own life in the process. Superman charged the giant beast and pierced its heart with a Kryptonian spear, but not before it could mortally wound him. It's one of the most emotional scenes in the DCEU to date, mainly because fans didn't know if Superman would be coming back. Sure, Doomsday looks like he's really gone for good, but any self-respecting comic book fan knows that means nothing. Nearly all the major players in DC and Marvel have been revived numerous times. Superman himself came back in the next DCU movie to fight another day, so what's to say that Doomsday won't? It looks like the door is shut, but in these types of movies it never is. Anything can happen and be believable, and therein lies the magic, friends.
They included Doomsday, a character explicitly dead, but they just saw that and went, well, how do we know he's really dead? Because he died, you big dummies. They make the argument that no one dies in comic book movies, but that statement is slowly becoming less and less true. And nothing they say about that is exclusive to Doomsday. So by the non-existent logic of this video, any character could be on this list. General Zod, he is most certainly dead, but do we really know that? I mean, I don't think that getting snapped in the neck would really kill a person. El Diablo, except for the fact that he died on screen, and he's technically an anti-hero. Superman, he attacked the Justice League in that one scene, so now he counts as a villain. Because we're CBR, and we don't care. Money. Basically, any antagonistic character that has ever appeared in the DCU can fit on here, based on this video's logic. But at that point, why not just count down your top 10 DCEU villains? Oh wait, you decided that you needed to make the title what it was to draw people in who actually wanted to know this information, but you were too lazy to do any actual research into this topic, and then instead added so much unnecessary fluff to pad out the video to 10 minutes to get more money. So CBR made a pointless video with ludicrous logic that was purely designed to make money. And the sad part is that these kinds of videos are pretty much standard practice for them at this point. Pointless videos that only have views because they have misleading thumbnails that exist for the sole purpose of making money. When are these channels going to realize that we know exactly what we're doing? Or when are we going to learn to stop subscribing to these pricks? Only time will tell. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. I don't know if I'm thanking anyone because people keep wasting their time on channels like this rather than ones like me who actually care about their audience. Peace out, people.